Hello, welcome to the Ale and Audio podcast, the chat shit shed section of the show. Hello, if you are listening to this live on Ale and Radio, big shout out to you. Hello, if you're listening to it on demand at a time that suits you. Hello to you. Hello, if you're listening to the version that's got all the music on it. Hello to you. And hello, if you're not listening to the version with all the music on it and you're on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Google, all that kind of thing. Fair enough, fair play. If you want that, but all with all the music as well, then go and find us on Mixcloud. And finally, also, hello, if you're viewing this on YouTube, thank you for coming and watching the show as well. Nice to have you all with us. So I've got two different Sheddies with me today. Well, not I said different. They've been on the show plenty of times. But yeah, both our regular resident Sheddies, Andy and Dave, are unavailable this week. But it was a great opportunity to get in two of everybody's favourites. Let's start first of all then. We'll go right up to the northeast first, and we'll bring in Pabs from the Disco Bar. How are you doing, Pabs?
Evening, all right.
Yeah, you?
Yeah, not bad, mate, yeah.
Good stuff. I mean, I think since the last time we probably were speaking to you, it was sort of in the middle of Caskmaster and stuff like that, weren't it? And then obviously, we did all the big final and stuff at the BMU Triangle. Have you been appreciating the time off Caskmaster?
Yeah, you kind of forget how much effort that takes. I know obviously contestants, it's a huge effort for, but they kind of make a rod for their own back by making that amount of effort. But yeah, it's quite absorbing, really. So yeah, it's nice sort of having a little break. Don't really know what to do with myself.
You're busy thinking up the next crazy tasks, I imagine.
Yeah, I don't know if I can go through it again, to be honest. Yeah, I'll probably have a break and then see if I can think of 5 more tasks to do and 5 more people to do it, really.
Well, they come round very quick, though. Was it a year? Was it nearly a year since the last one when the most recent one started?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Because I did have sort of 3 people already lined up to do that series almost a year ago. But then a lot happened at that time. I sort of moved house and all the rest of it. So it got shelved, basically. And I just thought, I messaged him and said, look, I'm really sorry, but I've just got a lot on. Mm-hmm. I'll come back to it at some point, but I don't know when that point will be. And then sort of like a year later, I thought, you know what, let's just do it again.
Well, the good thing about it, I think, doing it at the time of year that you did it, it's quite a sort of dull and depressing time of year, isn't it? And I think it kind of led and built up to the summer quite nicely, the Castmaster series over the number of weeks it were. So it kind of like started when the sort of weather was quite, I mean, it's still dreary now, but you know what I mean? It was kind of a bit, it was kind of at the end of winter, weren't it, sort of thing?
Yeah, I sort of asked them again in February and sort of made that decision sort of end of Jan, begin of Feb, let them get sort of January out the way. And then the first task started just before everybody came to Hartlepool for that weekend. Yeah. And it was sort of the perfect task to chuck at them while we're out on a night out in bars to get random bar staff to do it and get all the sort of random people in the bar to do it and just people in the street. It wasn't the best of weather to try and do that, to be honest. But yeah,
I think it works really well at that time of year. I think, definitely a big pick me up for people. And for those that obviously don't know what Castmaster is, anyone who's just joined us in the recent weeks, or maybe it's your first time listening to the Ale and Audio podcast, Taskmaster is a video series created by Pablo Discobar. If you know what Taskmaster is, which is a Sky One production, I think it is. If you know what that is, I think it's Sky One anyway. It's a Sky production of some sort. Oh, is it Channel 4? Do you start on Channel 4?
Yeah.
There we go. It's a Channel 4, and it's basically where obviously they set tasks for these different celebrity contestants. Well, Caskmaster is that, but with beer, basically. That's what Pablo Discobar does. All sorts of crazy beer-related tasks. Please do go and check it out if you can, because each season has just the level of input that the contestants and the level of effort the contestants are going to is just going up and up. And I think it's because each set of contestants each year tries to beat the contestants from the year before. So it just goes and it goes and this year was just out of this world. Absolutely brilliant viewing.
Jan for that.
Yeah, well, exactly. We're going to be chatting with one of the people who's responsible for this, for the contestants and the effort that goes into them, and the person who did the last season is Jan, who we're going to bring in just a second. But yeah,
I think people now probably looking at if a season 4 it does happen, they'll be thinking, I'm too scared to do that. Like, it's just too much effort. I can't make things with pressure switches, and I don't fancy getting dressed up with Sticky Vicky. And yeah, it's a lot of effort. So I think, yeah, people might be too scared to do it now.
Very quickly, and before we bring Jan in, what you're drinking? I mean, is your glass a bit of a giveaway, or is you just drinking out of that glass?
No, it's actually, yeah. It's not just because the back of the glass looks like my head. I like the bulb. Yeah, it's a Verdant. It's my second rodeo, one of the 10th birthday ones. This is actually the second time I've had it, and I know you had it in draft the weekend.
I did, yes.
I sort of poured it in and thought, yeah, I kind of forgot this was an 8.4. But you know,
it's really nice, isn't it? But yeah, and we kind of spoke about this following Jan's beer review that she sent in a few weeks ago, last week, about, you know, when she bought a dipper from, I think it was Vocation, which I'm sure she'll tell us about in a second. But yeah, it was just too. Jan said the alcohol strength, and it was just too much. And you do get that with some dippers. Verdant always kind of do quite well to kind of hide that. However, I did find that one quite boozy. That one, I think.
Yeah, there's a little bit. Some breweries tend to be really good at hiding the ABV. Some sort of struggle with it, and it burns front end. And I think that's what I kind of love about, particularly, I know I'm going to say it, Overtone, because they're very good at hiding the higher ABVs. You can never tell, even sort of 10, 11, 12%, you can't tell. The worst ABV I've ever had, I'm really sorry, Beer Bros, was that Quipper by Polly's. I had that a couple of years ago. Jesus Christ. It was like drinking white spirit. It was absolutely ridiculous. I'm not exaggerating this. I drank, I thought I'm going to have this. I saved it for a sort of special night like you do with special beers. And I cracked open this Quipper. And I know at the time there was a couple of American Sheddies on saying, oh, Quipper doesn't exist. Well, I had one and it did. And it was rank. I took a sip of this and I had one mouthful, and I knew I was instantly going to vomit. I ran straight out the double doors of the bars, kicked them open, and just vomited on the garden, and thought, nope.
Well, at least it wasn't on somebody's head this time.
No.
As per a previous confession we've had in the Guess the Fest game, Pablo.
As if you remembered that. Yeah, vomiting out of the first floor window 3 floors up onto a nightclub queue below. Yeah, no, I turned me into the Exorcist. I just basically projectile vomited across my garden. So no, Quipper, never do that again.
Right then, let's bring in Jan from the Box and Hounds. How are you doing, Jan?
Good, thank you. You?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. Just joining us just after we've been talking about these dippers and quippers and tippers and all that. And I know you had the double whammy, didn't you? Just the other week, and you weren't impressed with the Vocation double whammy. It was too boozy, you were sort of saying, weren't it?
Yeah, look, I like spirits. I like vodka. I like my moonshines, as you know. But when I have a beer, I expect it to taste like a beer. Well, honestly, I might as well have gone and bought a bottle of Terps from B&Q and drunk it. It was fucking rotten.
And then take it back.
I should have done.
How many seconds? We need to play Jan's swear word bingo, don't we? Because I make that about 20 seconds, I think. So if anyone had 20 seconds of Jan from Jan saying hello or saying hi, Jan, to the I think we got within the 20 seconds there. We'll have to start playing this game on Mixcloud, won't we? In the chat.
It's on Instagram because you can put it in ahead of the episode. See if anyone gets how many things.
Yeah. Oh, I can't help it. It just comes out. But no, it was not £5.50. It was as well, so it wasn't cheap. But I mean, I've had 10%, 11%, and 13% that tasted better than that. I think they just chucked a load of shit in the thing. Thought, oh yeah, we'll can that and sell it. It really was. I don't do beer reviews. I don't, because everybody's got different tastes, and there might be some I like and you guys wouldn't, and vice versa. But I really felt I had to let everybody know, just because it was grim.
I wonder if, as well, more so with your things like your dippers and your stronger ABV beers, and I don't know this for sure, but I wonder how long or how close to best before date they are actually more boozy or less boozy. I would imagine more boozy. I would imagine the longer that you leave it before best before, because then the flavor will fade, and then you'll be able to taste the alcohol more.
Yeah, but you say that. I mean, I've got Little Monster Squash Cork that I bought back in February. I had one of them last week when we were away. Tastes exactly the same as it did in February. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
I had that Polly's Overtone and Shower Shot the other night, and that was a month or two out of date, and that was tremendous. Yeah, I think just some breweries just seem to struggle to hide the ABV. Like sometimes I've had a 10%, like you said, Jan, and it tastes like 6 or 5. It's lovely. You would never know.
Yeah. Yeah, but we had that one, the double whammy, which was yeah. We had the double whammy, which was an 8.7, and then we had the smash and grab, which was another version. That was 8%, and that's lovely.
I think we might be losing you slightly, Jan. I think we might be losing you at the minute slightly, Jan. Your internet's just breaking up. I think it is anyway. How's yours, Pablo?
Yeah, fine, yeah.
Is Jan breaking up to you, or is it just to me?
Oh yeah, she's breaking up, yeah.
She's breaking up, okay. She'll be what? Maybe the internet's starting to censor her. Maybe that's what it is.
I was just gonna say that.
It's even blurred her out, hasn't it? On my screen, it's like it's even blurred. It's even pixelated her face. Like it don't want you to. You can't. You don't want you to even lip read what she's saying.
I should have internet. I should have.
It'll be catching. I'm sure it'll be catching up. What are you drinking now? Sorry, what was that, Pablo?
Sorry, I know Andy mentioned this a few weeks ago. I was having a Play Brewco just on the dipper thing. It was 8.4%. And they'd put 28 hops into a can. And it just turned out to be like nothing. They were just getting rid of what's left in the brewery, I think. Like some lad scraping off the floor and putting it in. And I love Play Brewco. I think that's like my favourite local brewery. But 28 hops. I mean, how was that ever going to taste of anything?
Speaking of beer, what are you drinking now then, Jan?
I'm nothing exciting. I'm just on the Hobgoblin IPA, but I have got it in one of my fancy new glasses I managed to commandeer last week.
Acquire.
Very nice. I did
ask and I was given. I was given, so yeah.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
I need to add a day glass to my collection, actually. Jan, how's the beer garden renovations been going? I mean, it's nearly finished, I imagine.
Oh, they fuck. I wish they were. My God. It's. I'll tell you what. It's broke my back. The worst of it's titivating now, but we're getting there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, if the weather stays all right, next few weeks we should be there or thereabouts.
Oh, good. Well, hopefully you'll get there with it. Yeah, but it's looking great, and the pictures you've shared and everything looks absolutely amazing. Really impressed with it. Love the sort of wall art you've got as well. So, yeah, you've done such a good job with it. Lots of hard work's gone into that. And obviously, we're going to speak to you in a little bit about your little holiday as well, aren't we? In fact, I think you know what? I think we might be ready to do that now. Who else presented Wish You Were Here? I know we had Brewdiff Chalmers. We've had Brewdiff Chalmers so far. We've had Ale Winton.
Yeah.
Was there any other presenters of Wish You Were Here back in the day? Wish You Were Here.
No, Gloria Honeymead. Did she do it?
That's it. You can be Gloria Honeymead then. Okay. So in that case, it is time for when I find my right button to press. 1 second. It's time for Wish You a Beer. wish you a beer with Gloria Honeymead.
I love the fact that Henry's covering that number 5 on his birthday badge.
I'll just capture the essence.
So, Jan, we asked you to step in and do this time because you've just got back from a nice little trip away, haven't you? You've been on your travels in the old van, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. So we went up to Stroud, which is Kev's stomping grounds. It's where he's from originally. So just in the Cotswolds. So we always go to the Crown in Minchinhampton because it's where the caravan is. It's literally a 10-minute walk from the caravan door to the pub. Absolutely lovely in there. Staff are great. Do some posh nosh. Not my cup of tea. I'd rather have chips and a burger, but you know, that's me. So yeah, absolutely lovely in there. It's a little town or market town called Minchinhampton. Proper what you imagine the Cotswolds to be like. There is Stroud Brewery. They do organic beers because they're a bit hippified up there. But we've had a few of their beers. We have had a few of their beers, but they have got a tap room there as well, which we haven't been to yet. Probably barred now anyway. So, and the one we went to this year we'd never been to before was the Highwayman Inn, and it's a 16th century pub. Been a pub all that time, and it was on the when they had like the carriages, and that was the Stroud to Gloucester route. So they would stop in there for a beer. Whatever.
Is that the one that you had? I think you had a pic. Did you have a picture outside of that? Is that what you sent to the Ale and Radio?
Yeah. The picture outside. Took a few pictures inside as well, but absolutely amazing building. You know, with like the meter thick walls and all stone inside, and really, really nice pub. Food was amazing, and I think I had 3 pints. Kev had a couple of no alcohol ciders. Both had a meal, and it was less than 60 quid. So,
did they do any takeaway?
No, they don't do takeaway.
I was wondering if you had a bit of dick in Jan's box.
Oh, very fucking funny, you! I just knew I was when Jimbo said he shoot Pablo tonight, I thought, right, I'm getting abused.
That's not you. That's called Norman.
What was that?
It's not you that gets called Norman.
But no, there was none of that, you know. So the other one we did pop into, which was last year when we were up, we didn't go this year, was the Frocester George, which is in Frocester, and that's in Stonehouse. But that's actually a hotel. But they've got a little bar in there and do really nice like pub grub sandwiches, and you know, you can have sandwiches and stuff, and steak, whatever. But yeah, no, I mean it's a shame because there's some beautiful looking pubs up there, but they all seem to be bloody closed. When you go like lunchtime during the week, they're shut. So there's a lot I'd love to go into, but we just haven't had the chance to really. So that's my 4 suggestions if you're ever Stroud.
So just give us those 4 places. Then again, just list the 4 places where if you're in Stroud.
So the Highwayman Inn, that's on the A417 near Cirencester. You've got the Crown, which is in Minchinhampton, Stroud Brewery, which is obviously in Stroud, and the Frocester, which is in Frocester in Stonehouse.
Brilliant. Thank you for that. That was Wish You a Beer with Jan Box, otherwise known as Gloria Honeymead today. There we go. So, staying on that, actually, because I wanted to ask you about something else. You got to visit Brew 61 as well, didn't you, Jan?
Oh, yeah. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. So, I spoke to Rachel, who runs the office. I originally reached out to them via Instagram, but I don't think it's actually them that does it. I think someone else does an Instagram account for them. They said to email. Yeah, but they said to email Tim, who owns the brewery. But it was actually Rachel, who runs the office, that got back to me. So told her what day we were coming, what time, sort of arranged all that with her. So her and Mike, who works in the brewery, arranged it so they would feed the cows the malt while we were there, so we could actually see them, because they're actually his pets. So Tim, the owner of Brew 61, the cows are just his pets.
What do they call these cows? They've got a special name. Is it like Highlander cows or something like that? Oh, sorry, Jan, you've just lost your volume.
This is for lip reading viewers.
No, it's just gone.
Translate. Yeah, it was them fucking cows, Jimbo. Fucking hairy things with big fucking horns. Highland cows went, a moo, pet.
You can always try leaving and coming back, Jan, if you want to. See if that helps. Yeah, really strange. Just cut out, isn't it? Oh, you're back. Yeah. You're back.
What's your call to a cow?
I've just unplugged all of this. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, so it was so they were the other side of the field, but as soon as they heard the tractor coming down.
Just remind us the name of the cows. I think you stopped because I was guessing Highlander cows. Are they called Highlander cows?
Highland cows.
Highland cows.
Yeah, like little toffee bars when you were a kid.
Yeah. So but yeah, as soon as I heard the digger coming down with the malt, they were up on their feet and storming across, shouting, and then just watched them all eating the malt. Really hand fed some of them. There was a little tiny baby that I've nearly stuck in the back of the car and brought home with us. But yeah, it's lovely.
They've got the same hairstyle that Pablo used to have, apparently, I've heard. Is that right, Pabs?
Yeah, I can't believe me fringes in my eyes.
Yeah, and obviously bought a load of beers, which we haven't tried yet because we took plenty with us on holiday and obviously had a few visits to pubs. So I'll get them on Instagram as and when.
Am I right in thinking or remembering that it's Steve's daughter that does all the designs of the cans?
I think you're right, yeah, because we've had their beers before on... I did a bit of a thing with Crafty Beer Lad, and I think it was Carl Craft and some of their beers. Yeah, and Dick and Ed, they've done stuff, yeah. So, and weirdly, I drove directly past Brew 61 when I was away with Ada for her birthday, just the other week, only a few days before you would have got there, Jan. So we nearly crossed paths. And I wanted to go visit, but it were Ada's birthday, so I left. I decided to leave the beer game behind for that weekend.
You drove past and saw you the entrance and thought, nah, fuck that.
But the wife's a potter as well, so she actually does a lot of beer tankards.
Okay.
There weren't any there when we went, so we've got to message Rachel in a few weeks and she'll get us a couple of made. So we did buy some glasses while we were there as well. So we need a bigger bar. Keep buying glasses, commandeering glasses.
Yeah, you have to have like a relegation system for your glasses, don't you? Think, I've not had that for a while. I'm not going to be using that much anymore. And then you slowly relegate your glasses, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. But I have got loads of Daya glasses here if you want one, Jimbo.
Oh, yeah. Send us one up. Yeah. Or next time we cross paths. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. Winning. Pablo. I think Pablo may want one as well, but you know.
They're not they're not these fancy ones I've got. They are, hang on.
Let's have a look. Oh, very nice.
To be fair, I've got one.
He's still got the crocodile on it. That's fine. That's all you want. That's the crocodile I love. There we go. Yeah, love it. That thing is, and also what happens with me is if I get a glass for something, I end up then going to buy their beers. I do it that way around. I've got a day glass. I want to drink out of that. Right, I need to go get some day beers.
I've got a little confession to make as well. Every time I go in the Owl, they've had some new day bar mats delivered. And I don't normally like the day sort of crocodile thing, but the bar mats look amazing. They've got like about 6 of them on top of the bar. I keep going in and going, oh, well, these day bar mats are really nice. Wow, these are really nice. He hasn't fucking give us one, though.
Still hasn't. No, still working on that.
Yeah. Sorry, this John swearing thing's rubbing off.
Give up. You're just as bad.
Before we get quizzing, I just want to say, Max, I forgot to tell you what beer I was drinking. So this is what Spenno gave me.
I've got PTSD about this.
Oh, you'll have to tell us why in a second then, because I think we both got this beer, didn't we? So this is a rich and fruity ruby ale, the old original from Everard. So it's obviously Spenno's local brewery, and obviously the glass as well. Is it something to do with the glass that you're going to tell me about, Pablo?
Well, I've got that tankard as well, obviously, from the same day you got it off Spenno. And I've got to bring myself to sort of drink that old original in the glass at some point. But I've got to kind of get the slow-mo of Sticky Vicky out of my head. tongue in the beer pouring into the glass. I've got PTSD from that moment. Sorry,
I'd managed to forget about it until then, but look, thanks, Pablo. Luckily, I'd got to nearly the bottom of the glass, so I'm all right. But it's really nice, actually. This is the kind of thing I used to drink. This is the kind of thing I used to drink before I started on craft beer. Everyone goes on that journey, don't they, where they have like real ale. They start on the lagers. What are you laughing at, you two? Come on, what's going on?
John's still dying about the spin-off thing. Yeah.
But I will just say, like, I don't drink much of this kind. I know you're on a hobgoblin, aren't you, Jan? And that's kind of a similar sort of thing, really. I don't really have as much of that these days. And they've kind of become, if anything, Sunday beers that I might go and drink with my father-in-law on a Sunday if we have Sunday dinner and stuff. I don't drink as much of this kind of stuff anymore. But when you have one, it's like, oh, you know what? That's really good. Really nice. Really enjoyed it. So there we go. But I'm trying to block out that image, Pablo. So
yeah, I've been trying for 2 months.
Right. Let's have a quiz, shall we? So it's time for the big Pub Shed pub quiz with your host Jimbo, your contestants Pablo of the Disco Bar up in the northeast, and Jan of the Box and Hounds down in Hampshire. Hey! So this very shortly we are getting towards our Euro 2024 sweepstake that myself and Andy and Dave have been discussing for the past few weeks. We've been on about doing this, so we're going to finally do it today. Andy and Dave obviously aren't here today as we do the draw, but we've got all the team members in the draw and other people who sort of give us a nod to say they'd like to be in it as well. So we'll get onto that very shortly. But first, let's have some quiz questions. So your first question then, it's multiple choice. So no shouting or swearing or buzzing necessary on this occasion. It's multiple choice. I'm going to put it up on the screen. You can both choose a different answer. So, or the same answer, obviously.
John's professional. She's got a pen. Jesus.
Now, do we know that Jan is our chief researcher, usually? She's always sending us news stories through. So she sometimes might have an upper hand slightly, but I have tried to pick news stories that Jan hasn't sent me. Okay, so hopefully...
I don't read them, by the way. I'll just go, oh, look, that's beer-related. Ping.
Well, that helps then. That helps. There we go. So here's your first question, and it's this one. According to recent research, where can the cheapest pint on average be found in the UK? at £2.20 a pint. So this is very recent research which revealed the most expensive. Shock horror, there's no surprises where the most expensive beers are in this country. But the sort of the average pints per, pints in terms of cheapest price pint on average does tend to change each time they do this kind of research. So one of these places is the cheapest place to find a pint in the UK. It's either Dunfermline, Fife, Scotland, Bangor, Wales, or Wrexham, Wales. One of those places that has the cheapest average pint at £2.20.
I'm trying to psychoanalyze you here because you got 2 Welsh ones, so why would you put 2 Welsh ones?
That's exactly
Potentially those were all the bottom 3.
See, my first response is Dunfermline, Fife, Scotland, because of the cliche Scottish people are tight. I'm trying to think. Yeah. Says you with your Brew the Charmers thing. Yeah, because they're all backward round here. Yeah, I think Wrexham's too populated and popular now because of they'll be up themselves because of the Hollywood A-list association. Yeah, I want to say Dunfermline.
Dunfermline, okay. Jan, what about yourself? You're going to go for the same answer or something different?
No, I was thinking along the same lines with the Wrexham, but I think I'm going to go with Bangor in Wales.
And I really hope it's £2.20 for Dave's sake is a pint of Tennent's.
Yeah, sadly, I can't reveal what the pint actually is. I didn't look into that much detail. So we've got Dunfermline for Pablo, and we've got Bangor. There's a great joke in there about taking your girlfriend to Wales.
Yeah, let's not
gonna bang her in back in the van. Anyway. So Wrexham not being chosen. Some good reasons behind not choosing that though, Pablo. That makes good sense. But is anybody correct? So nobody's correct. We step in, we get some new Sheddies in to play the quiz and start off. No points. There we go.
The most expensive.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, exactly the same as you. That's got to be expensive because of the football club and all that. Ryan Reynolds. I was thinking exactly the same as you.
I just thought Wrexham was too big of a place to sort of have.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's still, even without all of the sort of, the football stuff that's been going on there, it's still quite a popular sort of little town. It's not a city. It's quite a well-known town, isn't it? So yeah, but £2.20. There we go. Not 100% sure why. I mean, I don't know how much sort of some of the rules are that make this sometimes, because there are certain things with Scotland, aren't they? They have different sort of rules about alcohol and stuff like that, and I think people end up crossing the border, don't they, in Scotland to come and fetch beer because they save money and stuff like that, don't they?
Is Wrexham, Wales the only place that has the last sort of surviving tins of Carl Nitro?
It might be. Because they've been removed from stores, haven't they? So yeah.
Just put them all up and flog them for £2.20.
That's it. So no points there then.
Oh well.
Next question. Okay, another multiple choice for you both. So Jan, you can answer this first this time. You get the first pick. It's this one. We're going to start getting into the Euros now because most beer things coming up in the news are all about football. So what has a British pub owner, Paul Moss from Bridlington, done for the upcoming Euro 2024 tournament? He's either installed a 160-inch screen on the roof of his pub ready for the Euros, despite complaints from the locals, or he's dismantled his pub's fixtures and fittings and shipped it to Dortmund to set up a pub for England fans, or he's knocking 20% off drink prices each time England progress through a round in the Euros. So if they get through to the
3 pints,
sorry,
that'll be 3 pints if they get the final.
Well, I think it might be 20% off each off each price at the time. So whether it goes down
Right.
to, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay.
So, so for example, if the price will go down if they get out of the group stages, and then whatever the price is then
20%
would get,
off that, then 20% off that. Yeah. Rather than 20%
yeah.
off the
But
original.
you could end up with very cheap pints though.
Jesus.
Exactly. If that's the correct answer, of course. So, Jan, what you reckon in there?
Well, I don't think a 160-inch screen is that big, really, for a pub. I mean, surely some of them have 160-inch screens inside the pub. Why would they put one on the roof? Ship all your stuff to Germany. I kind of want to say that because it's so off the wall. It's like, why would you put it there? But well, I'm talking about Jimbo here. Of course, he's going to put silly stuff like that there. I'm going to say, I don't know. I'm really torn. Probably the 20% off. But I'm going to go with the off the wall one. He's shipping everything from the pub to Germany. It's 20% off, I'm sure, but
Okay.
I'm going for the random one.
Going for the random one. Okay, fair enough. So Jan's locked dismantling his pub's fixtures and fittings to ship to Dortmund to set up an England pub for fans. Okay, Pablo, what are you going to go for?
I'm kind of thinking Paul Moss from Bridlington doesn't really sound like he has any German connections to sort of send his pub bits to. I'm going to be boring and go for the 20% off. I always think, like, from a sort of PR point of view, marketing point of view, what would be newsworthy? And to be fair, I don't think the TV's that newsworthy. I think the other two definitely are newsworthy stories. Yeah, I want to go for the 20% off.
20% off. Okay, so nobody going for the option with the big TV screen on the roof, even though locals have been complaining about it. But Jan's gone for that this guy is dismantling his pub in Bridlington and basically taking it to Dortmund to set up an England pub for fans. And Pablo is going for the one where they're knocking 20% off drinks prices each time England get through one of the rounds. So from the group stages into the qualifying and then into the quarters and the semis and all that kind of thing.
The Dortmund thing's that random. Would you make that up?
I'm capable of making up a lot of shizzle. Has anybody got the right answer? Somebody's got the right answer, so it's definitely not the big TV on the roof. Okay. Who's got the right answer? It's Jan. Well done. So yes, he has taken his pub apart. Oh, he's dismantled his pub and sent it across. He's been planning this for 2 years, apparently. And he's got access to like a building, or I don't know whether he's bought the building or renting it or whatever. And yeah, he's basically put all of the stuff from the pub in Bridlington into the put into the space he's got in Germany, in Dortmund, or just outside of Dortmund it is. So that's pretty good going, isn't it? To make a proper, English pub over there in Dortmund.
So how long has the pub in England been shut to facilitate this?
I don't know. I mean, you can go and find more about the story. I didn't read it in masses of detail.
That's nuts.
But yeah, he's gone all out. He's very, very keen. He's a huge fan, and he loves football. Clearly,
Hold on.
in order to do that.
So is the pub in Germany called the New Crown? Is his pub here called the Old Crown?
I believe so. Yeah, because you can see the picture there. It's very small on our screen, but yeah, he's basically he's called it the New Crown. So I imagine it might be called the Old Crown in Bridlington. There we go. So we're going to do more. We've got another Euros question coming up. And then we've got the big sweepstake draw. Okay. Before that, there's something we need to talk about. Okay. I've got you both here because, okay, don't look shocked. It's not too shocking. Last week we spoke about our party, didn't we? The pub shed and beer lover party running for the general election. Because we want to, I said last week that £81.40 or £88.40, whatever it were, that people are missing out on each year. I said, if I was in government, everyone would get that back. Every beer lover, everyone who can prove they're a beer lover gets that back. And you can go and spend it on beer. As long as you spend it on beer at your local breweries or whatever, you can have £88.40 back because of the underserving.
I have thought about a new jingle for you.
Oh, yeah?
Which fits with Jan being on. What's in Jimbo's box? What's in Jimbo's ballot box? What's in his ballot box?
Yes, that'd work. So thank you. I mean, I'm more focused on policies though, Pablo. I understand where you're coming from, and we're getting quite serious on the podcast now. The time for joking's gone, Pablo.
I'll get me coat. Oh no, other people don't wear coats. How will I leave?
So I wanted to let you know that I'm going to give you places in my cabinet. If that's all right. We know Andy's like what?
Oh God.
What did we give? I think Andy were like the travel minister for travel, weren't he, or something? And Dave were, I don't know, minister for Guinness, so I don't know, whatever we gave him anyway. We gave him some sort of job. Jan, I was thinking maybe for you, like we could either. I'm looking at either foreign secretary or education, because I think languages are not as good as they used to be in school, and I think there could be like a language class that you could bring in, and teach some of the youngsters some choice swear words.
No
modern,
problem at all. Yeah,
it doesn't. MFL will no longer stand for MFL.
What DC, kids? Do you know what the DC stands for?
Modern fecking languages. It's going to be called from now on.
Yeah.
So is that all right with you, Jan?
That's absolutely fine with me. Yeah, no problem at all. We'll have them all swearing in no time.
Pablo, I thought you could take a lead on like the image and the appearance of the government, that we might have, the sort of PR side of things. You could kind of run the civil service and all that kind of thing, maybe.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
There's another physical appearance, yeah, I'm all right.
So we spoke about that last week, and it's just something to think about. The election's coming up, so we're putting together a campaign. I'm hopefully gonna get some signs outside of my shed, that only the next door neighbours will be able to see, because no one it's on the back garden, so no one will be able to see vote
Jimbo.
Vote pub shed and beer lovers to run the country is what I'm thinking.
You know what's going to happen this week now, Jimbo, don't you?
Yeah.
Old Norman there is going to be sending you something over on his computer.
That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, we need to get it going, don't we?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, they always say it, don't they, about whatever government's in power, they always say, oh, they couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery. They can't say that about us.
No.
We can do it in his back gardens. So...
Yeah, a drinks cabinet.
Exactly. That's it. Yeah, we are. That's it. I'm not. Forget the cabinet. You're right, Pablo. We're putting together a drinks cabinet. That's it. So there we go.
Yeah.
But thank you for being
a mini bar.
Be careful though. Underperformance might result in a few reshuffles every now and again. So you might end up in a different job, Pablo and Jan. So.
Right.
But anyway, let's get back onto our question, shall we? So, next question again relates to the Euros. So, over 800 participating Green King pubs are giving away free pints before the Scotland and Germany game, strictly between the hour of 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Friday night. So, Friday night, if you're listening at the time of the release of this podcast tonight, make sure you get yourself to your local Green King. Check that they're doing this. It's a lot of Green Kings. My local one is, so hopefully yours is as well. So for tonight, those people listening to this on a Friday, but you've got to say a very specific 4-word sentence to the bar staff to qualify. What is the word, the sentence that you need to say? There's 4 different things here, okay? So there's 4 different things you need to say, right? So 3 different options of the 4 words that you need to say together. Okay, so these things are these. I don't know what these 2 are laughing at. Maybe it's the 3rd option, right? You've got to say that it's basically a code word you've got to say to your bar staff, okay? So it's either bring it home, Scotland, or England, obviously, depending on where you are and who you support. So bring it home, Scotland, or England. Or do you have to go to the bar staff and say, for pub and country? Or do you have to go up to your bar staff in one of these Green King pubs and say, give me something wet?
Oh,
Back to
and
Pab.
I'll be very disappointed what they give us. I hope they don't just pay your lip service.
Oh,
Wow.
God. It's Norman's turn to go now, isn't it? I went
Yeah.
first. Last question. Right, good.
It's even worse because if it's really busy, they'll have to read your lips.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine whispering that. Wet.
No, 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 no. Oh, it's tripped all over the bar. Don't waste it, don't spit it out. Well,
Oh, my God. Right.
yeah, if anybody watching YouTube, John did just swallow, she didn't spit. It's fine.
I don't waste it. Don't waste it. Nearly came out my nose as well.
For pub and country.
So Pabs is saying for pub and country. Okay. Jan,
Oh, God.
you can say the same thing if you want to. You don't have to go for any of the others.
I really hope
Well, I really don't think it's give me something wet because
I really hope it is.
I just don't.
I won't go to Green King pubs, but if that's the phrase, I'm literally going to Google the closest Green King pub for Friday.
Thing is, to be fair to him, you might be joking, but they've got to be serious because it couldn't. You don't want to get a bag of crisps, do you? You want to drink.
No. Pablo's gone for pub and country, so I don't know. Are Green Kings all over the UK?
They are. I think they tend to be. I think they're quite widespread.
I don't know anything about the Euros. Are Wales and Ireland in the Euros?
I think it's just Scotland and England. Yeah.
Scotland
Scotland will be shit because they usually are, but I'm going to say bring it home, Scotland or England, depending on where you are.
Okay, there we go. Right then. So has anybody got the right answer? Shock horror. Somebody's got the right answer.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it's not give me something wet.
Damn it.
Thing is, you don't want to end up with a bag of mini cheddars, though, do you? They're so dry.
Here's what. It might be a sort of marketing thing because they don't want to give away too much money. So if they make it give me something wet, there'd be loads of people who wouldn't dare say that. So they make a big gesture and they don't actually have to give that much away.
Yeah, I'm interested to know how many people actually take this up because it's in news articles and stuff. I don't know how well promoted it's been. But well done to Pabs. Well done. You got it right. Country. That makes it 1-1, doesn't it? So yeah, go to we'll mention this again in Martin Brewis, but if you are listening on Friday as the time of release, maybe you're listening to this live on Alan Radio, if you fancy a free pint before the Scotland and Germany game, look up, you can go to the Green King website and search for it, but 800 restaurants, pubs, whatever it is, it's quite a lot of different places. And yeah, go to the bar staff and just say that, and if they don't know what you're on about, then make sure you show them the article. Don't tell them Alan Audio sent you, obviously.
Can we just
and see their reaction?
Yeah.
Do not mix up. Do not mix up those answers.
Give me something wet for country.
the Ale and Audio podcast cannot afford bail money.
Oh.
So please do not do that. Anyway, this brings us on nicely to what we're doing next. Here we go. It's the Ale and Audio Euro 2024 sweepstake and beer challenge. There we go. So, what we've been sort of talking about this for weeks now. Andy, I think, first came up with the idea saying, let's do a sweepstake. He was sort of saying, let's not have the top seeded teams in and let's just have the rubbish teams in. Pablo's got another drink. He's got his Daya. Is it a Daya?
No, it's the other verdant. It's sniffing the wrong people.
The verdant. There we go. Sniffing the wrong people. There we go.
It's so much longer, mate. I'll be buying out.
Knob gobblers.
So we're going to do this Euro 2024 sweepstake. Like I said, Andy came up with this idea and we said we should all just have a sweepstake for a bit of fun, see whose team gets the furthest and all that kind of thing. Now, because I've opened this up to everyone, it was quite difficult to basically eliminate the top 4 seeded teams. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw all teams, okay? I asked on Instagram before we started recording earlier on Monday. We've kind of mentioned it across the last few weeks as well. So people have had the opportunity to say, yeah, put me in. No money involved, no big prizes. I will try and find a silly prize, but there is a little beer challenge involved if you are on this, okay, as well. So I've stuck all of the names of the people who said they wanted to be involved in, as well as the people who are generally quite regularly involved in this podcast and stuff like that in terms of helping put it together and all those kind of things. So we're all getting a team. If anybody wants a team, and it's after the time of recording that you ask for a team, I will do. We've filled up all the teams, but we can double up. So I will pick you a random team out using a random generator, and I'll be in touch on Instagram personally. If you tell me you want a team, I'll do one, but do it as quick as you can because obviously the game kicks off, doesn't it? The first match kicks off about 7 or 8 o'clock on Friday night, so you've got till that sort of time to enter. So the sweepstake, then I've got an automatic draw generator thing, okay? We're going to watch it happen. And the challenge, by the way, right, this is what I thought would be quite cool, right? I will find like a little trophy or something for whoever wins it. And what we'll do is we'll say, if somebody in the top 4 wins it, obviously, yeah, we'll give them a little prize, give them a little, give them the bragging rights. But then it's the best of the out of the top 4, forgetting the top 4 seeded teams, which I'll, before the kickoff on Friday, we'll work out what who the highest placed teams are with the odds and all that. The teams outside of that sort of top 4, that's where we'll then reward somebody with something for how far they get compared to the others. Right. So that's how it's going to work. But the beer challenge related is whatever team you get, whatever country you get, I want you to try your best to get a beer from that country, have a photograph with it on Instagram, share it, tag Ale and Audio, tag Ale and Radio. It's up to you if you want to go all out and get the flags and all that kind of thing for that country and go all out supporting them, putting all your effort into supporting that one country. But what I would like to see is if you can get a beer that represents that country, that'd be great. It's going to be tough because obviously it's hard to get some of these beers, but let's see how well people can do. If you don't do it, never mind, but it's a challenge for you. That sound good, both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most European countries will have multiple beers.
Exactly, yeah. So some of them will be easier than others.
Like you're trying to get one from Iran. That's Europe.
This is going to be everybody involved whose name's going to come out. And like we said, we can add more to this when people listen to this Friday. If they decided they want to get involved, just let me know as soon as you can, and I'll do a random draw for you, and you'll be sharing a team with somebody else, and that's absolutely fine. Doesn't matter.
Not involved in this.
You're involved, Jan. You've got a team in it, yeah. You're Jan's box, aren't you? You're a podcast contributor, so I've had to put your name in the hat. So yeah, so here we go. Let me load up and get our sweepstake generator at the ready. So, are we ready to go?
Yeah. Oh, it's at the start of Harry Potter.
Let's get started, okay?
Gryffindor. Hufflepuff.
So, we'll do the live draw, and let's play a little bit of music while it happens, and I'll sort of commentate over the top of it. Here we go. The Ashmore Arms has been drawn. Albania. Dave Hardy has got Hungary.
That fits.
Taylor Tavern's got Turkey. Lucas Own Junkyard's drawn Georgia. Glory Hole Garden Pub has got Slovakia. Spencer Arms has got Portugal. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh.
K52 MPD has got France. Another good one. Pablo Discobar, you've got Croatia. You need to find a Croatian beer.
Hey.
Brewcluble's got Austria. Kraken Night, Italy. Oh. Box and Hounds, Jan, you've got Poland. You've got to find yourself a Polish beer.
Right, I'm on it.
Abitronic and Andros have got England. Hooray!
Hey.
Andy Dunn and the Brosbar have both got Spain.
Of course he has.
Canary and the Cockerel have got Ukraine. McBeaty's Bar have got Czech Republic. Mason's Arms have got Switzerland. Shed 62's got Serbia. The Dumbuckety Scurry have got Romania.
Eat my hole.
Patriot Lockdown Bar, Germany. Boo! I'm joking. Two Daxons, Slovenia. Sycamore Arms, Denmark. Hop, Sip and a Chug, Belgium. Jimbo and Carl at the Beer Here Now Pub Shed have got the Netherlands. 80 Beers, 2 men have got Scotland. Oh, okay.
Never mind.
So there we go. I think that concludes the draw. Very good. Did you enjoy that?
Fix.
It's
Not really.
No. So what? Just remind us what. So what? I'll just do a rundown of who's got to get what then. Okay. So Ashmore Arms, they've been drawn Albania. Dave Hardy has got Hungary. Taylor Tavern's got Turkey. Lucas Own Junkyard, you've got Georgia. Glory Old Garden Pub, Slovakia. Spencer Arms, Portugal. K52 MPD, France. Pablo Disco Bar, Croatia. Brew Club Hull, Austria. Kraken Night in Italy. Box and Hounds, Poland. Abitronic and Andros have got England. Andy Dunn in the Bros Bar have got Spain. Canary and the Cockerel Pub Shed have got Ukraine. McBeaty's Bar have got Czech Republic. Mason's Arms have got Switzerland. Shed 62 have got Serbia. Dumbuckety Scurry have got Romania. Patriot Lockdown Bar, Germany. Two Daxons, Slovenia. Sycamore Arms, Denmark. Hop, Sip and a Chug, Belgium. Myself and Carl at the Beer Here Now Pub Shed are going to be sharing the Netherlands. And 80 Beers, 2 men have got Scotland. There we go. That concludes the draw.
Do you know what the amazing thing about that is?
Yeah.
Hungary was followed by Turkey.
Oh, well, there we go.
The data's all right.
So if you've got you've got to now try your best to get a beer from one of those countries, and obviously hope that your team progress as far as they can in the competition as well. So the Ale and Audio sweepstake competition Euro 2024 is open. Andy and Dave aren't here, so it's sponsored by Carlin Nitro. It's not really. Anyway, there we go. Good luck to everybody involved. And like I said, if you're listening to this on Friday before the kickoff of the first games, if you want in, let me know. I'll draw you a team, and you'll obviously be sharing it with someone else, which is absolutely fine. I'll draw you a team at random and let you know who you've got. And yeah, you can take part. See if you can get a beer from that particular country. Makes it interesting, doesn't it? Some people have got difficult ones. Some people have got... I think we've done quite well there. Croatia is probably the hardest one, I'd say, to get hold of.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that, yeah.
I know that Jan, I think is it Tysky? That's Polish, is it? Tysky's quite... You can get hold of that quite easily.
No idea.
I think it's Tysky.
There's loads of Polish shops around here. They've got to sell beer in them, surely.
Yeah, and I think I'll have a word with... I mean, I know I could easily get some for... there's loads of supermarket ones for Dutch beers, but I might try something, see if I can get hold of something special. I think I'll have a chat with Shed 62. I think about what I could get hold of.
So when do we need these beers for? Every time these teams are playing, or
nah, just once in the competition. Anytime during the competition, see if you can get hold of that beer from.
And how long does the competition go on for? Because I do not watch football.
I think it ends about July the 14th-ish, I think.
Right. Okay.
So middle of July. So you've got about a month basically to see if you can do
All
it.
right.
There
Yep.
we go.
Jesus Christ. I've just
Excellent.
googled craft beer Croatia, the most ranked beers on. Oh, Jesus Christ! How long is the import of a ship from Croatia?
You might have to go to some of those like specialist shops or something, and you never know, they might
Yeah,
have some.
travel agents.
You can't rebadge old beers either, Pablo. I don't want to see any crafty, clever graphic design work on your part.
Yeah, I could do that. We're just going to your printer work. You never know. Yeah, I might have to go down the travel agents and book a holiday to Croatia and fly over and drink one and then come back.
That would be an incredible effort, but not necessary.
I'm actually, honestly, seriously, I'm very tempted to do that just for the crack.
Is it a case of how the tables turn, Jan?
Yeah, I feel like this is a chuffing task.
What we didn't say, Pablo, is you've got to get to every one of those 24 countries in the next month.
Yeah,
I was laughing earlier when he was saying how difficult it is to come up with the tasks, which I do appreciate. But you know yourself how difficult it is to actually do the tasks.
oh yeah, hello, yeah. I keep on saying, like, hats off to people who do, because I come up with the stuff, but you do it, and I just think, why have you done that?
Did you ask us to?
I know. What power have I got? Nothing.
No, you haven't. It's like a dare, isn't it?
So, like, if I asked you all afterwards, why did you do all them 5 round? I don't know, because some fat middle-aged bald man asked us to do it. Where'd you meet him? On the internet? It's a creepy deal.
Right. It's time for What's That Pub Shed Sound that's been bugging everybody. No one knows what it is.
You a jerk.
That's it. We're going to put it to bed today, okay? Because I do know somebody has got the correct answer, okay?
No, Spenno.
Somebody, not Spenno. Spenno sent it in. Spenno does know what it is, but we're not giving him the correct answer. So once again, I'm going to give you an opportunity to listen to it, but with an extra clue, okay? So Ale and Radio listeners have had this extra clue all the way through this week.
Yeah, 360 thing. What's that? That makes it even worse.
Exactly. Well, this is even extra. This is extra, Pablo, because at the time of recording, as of Monday, I put on an extra clue from Spenno. So people have had till Friday to get this extra clue. So there might be more people who've got it right, but we have got one person who's got it right before today's recording. Okay, so here's your extra clue though from Spenno.
Hello, everybody in the pub shed and beer loving community. Now, their pub shed sound has made me chuckle. It's been getting everybody's brains spinning around. So I've given a few clues. It has ball bearings. It also gives me a 360-degree view of my pub shed. And like a fine craft beer in a beautifully beer clean glass, it has legs. So this week's or last week's, the rollover pub shed sound has legs, has ball bearings, and it gives me a 360-degree view of my bar. That's right.
See, that sounds like tripod from the clues.
Well, from the noise,
a circular saw.
When I heard the noise, I thought that fucker's got his belt sander out, right? But from the clues, I think it's a swivel bar stool.
Okay. There's been a lot of guesses coming. A few guesses that, Andy and Dave last week were sort of hovering around aircon, weren't they? Saying, is it aircon and stuff like that? But I can say, well done to Shed 62 in Horn in the Netherlands and Jan, because you've just got it right. It is a bar stool. There we go. It's the 360 bar stool that he's got, and apparently a new bar stool as well. So yeah, go and shout at Spenno now. For that's been hanging over us some weeks, that particular one. But well done, Shed 62. We put an extra, so all week people have had a lot longer to listen, but Shed 62 got it before this recording, and Jan, you've just got it there. But that does mean we've got a new Pub Shed sound. So I don't want Pablo and Jan to guess just yet. We're going to play it twice, and then we're going to go into the Uncut section of the show, where Jan and Pablo can discuss what they think it is in our Uncut section of the show. So here we go. We're going to play it twice. Here's the next Pub Shed sound. And I'll tell you who sent it in this time. It was, I don't always say who sent it in, but it was Hop, Sip and a Chug who sent it in. Okay. Hop, Sip and a Chug sent this one in. So here we go. And one more time. What is that Pub Shed sound? Get in touch. Let us know right in the Mixcloud chat below if you're listening live on Alien Radio, or you can message us, even message Hop, Sip and a Chug if you like. See if you can guess his Pub Shed sound. Okay, on to the Uncut section. I think you both know what this is this time, don't you? From the judges, from your reactions.
American style fridge ice dispenser.
Okay.
Or
not giving anything away.
An ice making machine. That's what I was thinking, because that's what mine sounds like when it's chucking out the ice.
Okay.
Because it draws up the water and then chucks the ice out.
Yeah, it's the same with the fridge. It's the same sort of mechanism. You push the lever.
Yeah, it is.
Same sound. You
are correct. It is. Yes. So an ice making machine of some description, Jimbo.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, leave that with me. I shall pass that on to my associates. So, you know what, Andy and Dave, we don't have to talk condiments again. We know that's what we normally do with Andy and Dave. But in our Uncut section, before we start the Uncut section, I thought let's use the Uncut section to do a little promotion of the Alien Audio podcast. Because I tried to let Dave and Andy have a go at this the other week, do us a little promo we can play on Alien Radio all week. And, well, don't know if they did it justice. They probably were really accurate, if anything. But yeah, what could you say about the Alien Audio podcast in order to encourage people to listen?
Go on, Norman.
I was letting you go first. I was being really chivalrous.
Oh, don't bother. Go on.
Don't bother. There we go. That's his first one.
If you have a home bar or you have a bar in your house, your bar in your garage, car bar, whatever it is, if you're interested in craft beer, if you love a bit of music, you should like a bit of community engagement, join the Alien Audio podcast, listen to Alien Radio, and you'll find a lot of like-minded people who love craft beer, have a home bar, have a tiki bar, have a garden bar, whatever it is, and they'll be the friendliest people you'll ever meet. And you can enjoy just chatting about beer, enjoying a bit of music, and just enjoy the people on it.
Oh, thank you, Pablo. That's very nice of you to say. And we're all very nice. We speak very nicely and clearly, don't we, on the Alien Audio podcast, don't we, Jan?
Yes, we do.
I was teeing you up.
And I'm going to speak properly now, so I don't know why you pay for a voiceover on Alien Radio, because I can also be posh if I like to, but I'm not. So we can shove that idea. So if you want to listen to Alien Audio podcast or Alien Radio, they're just really nice, genuine, down-to-earth people. All got something in common, obviously, because we all enjoy drinks. We've all got pub sheds or whatever. So if I wanted to describe it as a condiment, it's going to be saucy, sweet, sour, and spicy, because you never know what's coming next.
Jan, I was a bit disappointed you didn't say, and fucking hot.
Yes, the fact that it's supposed to be a condiment.
Yeah.
I
don't think I said it had to be a condiment, but anyway.
Well, that's the road you were going down. But here, listen, this is what I would suggest everybody does, either they need to listen to Alien Audio and Alien Radio. Pin your ears back, fucking listen, and enjoy the shit out of the show.
That's what I wanted. Thank you both. Yeah, but anything else you want to say? Uncut, to the bit that only gets heard by certain people, or people who decide to tune into the extra bits. Is there anything you want to say? Anything you want to disclose? Anything you want to shock the world with?
If it's like a condiment, so you dip in and out when you want. It adds a bit of flavour to your life. It adds a bit of sauce. And without it, your food would be a little bit boring, wouldn't it? Your life would be a little bit boring. It's just that extra little bit of sass in your life, a little bit of flavour, a little bit of tang, a little bit of spice. And
if we're honest, it's more like the supermarket's own versions as well, isn't it?
And sometimes when you dip things in, it's a little bit inappropriate. That's fine. It feels nice.
I did think I was going to get abused then again when Norman started with you can dip in and out. I thought, here we fucking go. He's off again.
Oh no.
You can dip in and out again. That's pussy baby, yeah.
Obviously, a lot of people, you've got a lot of followers on Alien Audio, a lot of people listen to the podcast, and I think you're trying to push Alien Radio now. So I can't listen really during the week at work because the internet's shit where I am, so we just have normal bog standard boring radio on. But I do tune in when I can. Had you on all day yesterday when I was painting, and do you know what? I think there's such a varied kind of music, so there is literally something for everybody. And then obviously when everybody pops in with like the beer reviews or the home bar adverts, and then obviously you've got Judge Pat's 1 second song, and all you can't get that anywhere else. You really can't. And it's so nice to hear everybody's voices.
That's it. It's a good way for everyone to chip in into it and send us stuff and that. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it's brilliant. And with you, Jimbo, by the way. I fucking knew what was coming last week. I said to Kev, here, I've got to send a picture like this. I said, I know exactly what's going to happen here. And gosh, what happened? Yeah.
You did it yourself.
I had to take that picture to send as an example to Jan. I can show you my version of the picture. So you know what Jan sent, don't you? There we go. That's what I asked Jan to take. Obviously, replace where Jan's pointing with big records, didn't I?
The thing is, though, he used 12 inches, not 45.
That was what I was.
This. I said I'll have to do from the pub.
That was my demonstration.
It was preempted. Premeditated.
So but Jan, Jan's bangers on a Friday. I mean, I was in here because obviously I was wanting to make sure it was going to work. Because there's a few new things I tried with it and stuff in terms of getting the music, the voice to play over the music and stuff like that. I was in here making sure it was all going to go to plan, and I ended up and I never crack open a beer at 5 o'clock. I normally wait until Ada's gone to bed about 8, and then I'm straight in here because I'm gagging for. Normally, my first beer is normally at Pablo's Disco. I'm desperate. I'm quickly trying to get him in bed so I can get in here at disco time. But Friday, I had to crack one open at 5 because I was enjoying the Jan's bangers so much. It was brilliant. We had people sending in videos who were in the sheds at 5, cracking beers open. Spenno were dancing about like a mad head, weren't they?
Yeah, no, it was great. I had a lot of people like messaging, putting stories on that. They'd listen to it and that, and it was great. I mean, there's some cheese in there really is, but there had to be. It's the 90s. But no, it was. I enjoyed it.
I was devastated because I missed it. So I was trying to get home to listen to it, and I got in and it finished. I was like, no, it's one of the things I can't watch back. It's either you live in the moment or you don't live at all. I didn't live in the moment. I missed it. I was devastated after all you've watched Pablo's Friday Night Disco, Saturday Night Disco every week since it's started. And I really wanted to watch it, and I listened to it, and I just I was devastated.
Well, it's on every Friday. It's not.
Felt like such a shit friend.
You'll catch it. You'll catch it.
But yeah, no, thank you for letting me be involved.
No, it's great, and obviously now Fridays have got a proper it's taking Fridays now are the whole Ale and Audio and the whole lot of us all together are putting on a right show for people Friday night. Starts at obviously on a morning. To be fair, we've got the Ale and Audio podcast going out live. That normally ends about 1, and then you've got your nice afternoon and all that. 5 o'clock, Jan Box comes on. After that, you've got half an hour of guitar music, taking you up till 6 o'clock. And then you've only got a couple of hour wait. Get your tea, get sorted, get your beers ready, get kids in bed. Pablo's Friday Night Disco. What a Friday. What a Friday that is now. Look what we've done.
I was laughing because when you put your story on, a rave 5 o'clock in the afternoon Friday. And then everybody was putting chats on everything, and then Pablo's on at 8. We're all in bed by 9:30. I was laughing like fuck because I thought it's so true. Watch Norman, that's it, bosh bed.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, we'll be chatting about disco very shortly as well, so we'll get on to that. But first, we need to do some back to the serious stuff because it's time for.
I got a pub shed in my garden and a bottle shop in my town. I love the craft and perfect draft and a 2-for-1 discount. So when it comes to beer, I need a deal that'll keep the prices that are still. So I'm calling up Martin Brewis.
Okay, so it's time for Martin Brewis, our money-saving beer expert. Now, there's not loads this week. We're going to rush through them, basically because it's a weird time because it's it's the Father's Day offers, but obviously by the time people hear this, some of those might start to sort of fade out a little bit because it's near enough Father's Day. But if you don't already listen to Ale and Radio, check it out because that's where we're starting to put extra Martin Brewis that are, and then we can get those offers and stuff out quicker and more in time with what when they actually are. So across last week, we've had the shiny brewery DDH Dad's Box, 6 beers, I think it worth 21 quid plus delivery. And we know how well Shiny do their DDH beers. Absolutely amazing. So we've had that on off, across the week on Ale and Radio, talking about that and, directing people to that. So make sure you check out Ale and Radio for the most up-to-date stuff. But I've got a couple of things. We've already mentioned this as well. But I'll just remind you, head to Green King Friday night if you want a quick beer before your Friday night disco, before the England and Scotland match kicks off. Go to Green King, your local Green King pub. Do not say, give me something wet. Go and say, for pub and country, and you should get yourself a free drink ahead of kickoff from Green King, your Green King pubs. So there you go. Just a reminder of that one we said earlier on. Another one, this has been about a lot, and I know people are considering this because, the sub's gone now. The sub Krups is on its way out and being phased out. It means that Perfect Draft have probably quite cleverly decided to capitalise on that. And
how with the Euros, the sub's been subbed.
Yes, it basically has. Yeah, it's been subbed off. That's it.
It sort of writes itself.
That's it.
It's like the Jack Grealish pumps.
It's been left out of the squad. That's it. Yeah. But yeah, so Perfect Draft have got offers on at the minute, particularly because it's Father's Day. But I think they've also kind of got an eye on. They know people looking to jump now from the sub Krups machine, so you can get new Perfect Draft systems from £189. That may come with a couple of kegs and stuff like that. So have a look on their website, and they've also got offers on certain kegs because of the Euros as well. So go check out that. I'm starting to get tempted, by Perfect Draft at first time. I'm really starting to get tempted. I've got. You've got one, haven't you, Jan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really tempted. I've got this space where the sub Krups is looking at me, all sad, and I'm thinking I need to put something there. I am hovering over the idea of an ice machine. I'm thinking about, this
Good idea.
perfect draft, and yeah, I've got a few ideas for that space. So see what happens.
See, the perfect draft is there's that many amazing craft beers. I kind of don't want to drink the same thing twice.
I think it's
the perfect draft because I don't want a big keg of the same beer.
It's got a time and place, and I don't. Again, just like I use my
With your mates round.
Yeah, my Pints 365 pump. I don't really have it on regularly. I just, when I've got people coming round, I'll get a cask beer, or I'll get a beer in a box. Or sometimes if it's my dad and a couple of others, I'd put a mini keg on it. And so I do use it then, and I love using it then. It's just not feasible to run it all the time. And I imagine the same thing would be for the perfect draft, but I would love it, particularly in the summer when it's roasting hot. I'd love to put the Club Tropicana through that, or even just a nice sort of one of the kind of like nicer lagers that they have on them and stuff in the summer. That'd be really nice. So yeah,
Club Tropicana, at least that's free.
Well, exactly. They should be.
I'm fine with the perfect draft, obviously, because it keeps it for 30 days. The keg,
yeah,
the machine keeps the keg for 30 days. So if you're out here. Like if we're out here or we're in the garden, you can have a couple of cans of craft beer and then go, we'll have something off the perfect draft. You've got a month to use it, basically, if you don't want to drink that in one go. But I will be honest, I have been known to do a keg of that on my own.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've got friends who got it and they've said the same.
But it's great.
In one night?
Yes, of course.
How many pints is a keg?
I think it's like 10.5 or something.
What? I've got a question. So, cause, if you could answer this as honestly as you can, what you say 30 days, do you find that it is good for 30 days as well, or quite far into that 30 days? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a keg on there that's actually been in there for 30 days, to be quite honest with you. But probably actually near on, if we're drinking cans of craft beer and stuff, then I've probably had a keg on there for about 20 days.
Yeah.
Maybe if we've just had a couple in here at the weekend and then
on holiday.
Yeah. But so definitely, it definitely keeps it fresh.
Good stuff. Yeah, definitely looking into that then. And then another one I've got before I open it up in case you've seen anything else. Like I said, there's not much about because it's a bit weird at the minute with the Father's Day stuff. But I've noticed that Salts have got some offers on as well. So they've got some of their craft beer cans down. Like, you might make a £5 saving here and there, £5.30 saving for buying some of the multi-packs. And I think they've also got like a free glass offer as well. If you buy 8 separate individual cans, I think you get there's like a free glass. It's one of the more, what do you call them? I can't remember what the sort of round circular glasses are called now. What's the name for those? Your little like sort of droplet kind of glasses, circular sort of things. Can't remember what you call them. Yeah, I can't remember what you call them now, but they've got those. They've got their glasses like that on offer.
Yeah, no, you said it, I can't remember.
No, it's doing my head in that. Andy be like that, exactly. I forgot.
You have actual knowledge and facts.
Yeah. What is that? What is that, Jan? What is it? What kind of glass is it? So there we go. That's a bit of Martin Brewis. But like I said, for more up-to-date ones and more, on the sort of bounce ones that we get, because people sending me in all the time. Abitronic's always sending me stuff, and other people are always sending me, little Martin Brewis tips through. We'll get them on the radio as soon as we possibly can. So check out Ale and Radio. Any more before we move on? And have you seen anything in particular?
No.
No.
Oh, I did see it Asda today or yesterday, just because we were driving past. They're doing 2 for 20 crates of beers for the Euros. So
yes, very good. Yeah, for your part,
whatever.
So for your parties and stuff, ideal to stock up on them, aren't they? I do actually think, speaking of Asda, I did go past, and I suppose it depends if you see it personally as a good deal or not. But I think they were doing, what was it now? Was it like 10 cans of Tiny Rebel speaking of Club Tropicana, they were doing 10 cans of that for 13 quid, but it was the 330ml cans. I tend to want 330ml cans on a deal below a quid a can, definitely below a quid a can. But I know Club Tropicana is not always the one that's on offer either, so it might be one to consider. So there we go. Yeah. But anyway, on we go. Sheddie Mercury. Are you there?
Oh, here we go. Do you know what it is?
Oh, I don't know what it is, so I'm playing along as well. Here we go.
Hello everyone, I'm the Compare Without Compare, and here at the Ale and Audio Pub Shed tonight, I'd like to introduce our turn, Sheddie Mercury.
Someone stole the day glass. Sorry. What was that, Pablo?
Right. Yeah, I kind of forgot about this bit.
Oh no, hang on. We need to clear up. We need to clear up last week's, don't we? Are we freezing? I think we're freezing. Hold on, we're catching up. Pablo's gone. We just need to clear up last week. So we did stay songs last week. I had no idea what the answer were. A few people did get in touch on the chat on the Mixcloud account, and I was like, I don't know myself. But there was a few good guesses in there, and I think they were probably right. Pablo, do you want to tell us what it was last week?
So what were the guesses?
I can't remember. Was it Sam Smith? People were guessing Sam Smith. Stay Sam Smith.
Nope.
Is that right? No.
So
I have no idea.
If I say to you a little clue, Andy was once photoshopped by me on an album cover by this band.
Nirvana.
They did have a song, didn't they? It didn't actually feature in the show as it stood.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have got that either.
Yeah, it was Nirvana.
Oh, well, there we go. So nobody got that right. I don't think anybody got it. So there we go. First time I don't think anybody's got it. There we go.
Well, because he was on the cover of Nirvana, photoshopped a while ago, and Dave likes his sort of like indie rock band sort of stuff. I thought Nirvana might be a decent one for him to get.
They're probably not poppy enough for Dave.
Clearly enough. Yeah.
Right. Before Freddie Mercury comes on, because I'm at that age, I need to put my eyes on so I can hear better.
This is like, right, I've got a thing, right, about when you get older, and if I was ever going to do a stand-up routine, this would be in it. So I want to know what age you get to when you develop an eyeball in your throat. So have you ever seen old people in supermarkets go, hey, I can't see that tin of beans on the shelf. Yeah, I don't know, pet, and then they open the mouth. All of a sudden, you open the mouth, they can see the tin of beans on the shelf. They've got a third eye, you know. Actual third eye. At what age do you get to when you get a third eye in the back of your throat? Hey, Margaret, I can't see the beans on the shelf. Oh, yeah, there is. A bunch of old people in the supermarket, they all open the mouths and then find things.
Maybe they're trying to taste things. I don't know.
I'm obviously getting to that stage. I need to put my glasses on so I can hear better.
Also, all people can only stop and have conversations in doorways in middle of aisles.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You can't stop and have a conversation anywhere else. Middle of a doorway, let's stop and have a chat. Let's have a catch up. I haven't seen you for years. Anyway, sorry.
So, Sheddie Mercury, take it away. Any song this could be, by the way. There's no theme this week, so we're going for whatever. Here we go.
Right.
I could detect something. I'm closing my eyes, you see, to enrich my senses. That's what I'm trying to do. I could detect something. There was a little bit of
Open
it.
your mouth and you can see it.
Go on then. And again.
Please, next time you go on supermarket, look at all people shopping.
Oh, that's so frustrating. I can hear something.
Is it Elvis Presley?
No. I was tempted to do Elvis, but no.
I'll take the fucking eyes off them. They didn't help me.
I have no idea, so it's definitely rolling over this one. So, listeners,
Something to do with Elvis Presley. What was that bloody song, Jimbo? Where they remixed an Elvis Presley song.
GXL.
Yeah, them.
This conversation, a little more action, please. Yeah, it's a good song, that. I was listening to that today in the car.
no,
Well, I didn't help at all. That and that.
no,
No idea.
I'm not getting it either, I'm afraid. So, yeah, we're going to have to roll that over. So, there we go.
It's a karaoke classic.
Alien Radio listeners, if you are listening to it as it plays out live, please do put your guesses in the Mixcloud chat. If not, then you send them through if you're listening on demand to myself or Pablo, and I'll let you know if I know what the answer is by that point, if it's right or not. But you might have to ask Pabs.
There will be people screaming at this.
I think if I got it a third, I don't want to listen a third time. That's cheating.
I thought it was too easy.
No. I know when I listen to this back in the edit, I'll probably get it because there was something there that I was picking up on. But anyway, here we go. So from Pablo, to Jan, it's now time for What's in Jan's box? What's in Jan Box's box? What's in Jan's box? What's in Jan Box's box? What's in Jan's box? What's in Jan Box's box? What's in Jan's box? What's in Jan Box's box?
Hi guys, Jan here from the Boxing Hounds, and I've brought along my famous box. Can you guess what's inside it this week? 20 questions, and I can only answer yes or no.
So, 20 questions for me and Pablo, myself and Pablo, to guess what's in Jan's box. Is it pub shed related? Is it pub shed or garden related in general?
John, man, that was like a really bad kung fu movie.
I know, that's what I was aiming for.
So, yes, Jan's box then. It's something garden, something pub related. We've got 20 questions to get it right. Okay. Pablo. It's getting harder because we're running out of pub shed items, to be fair. So it's getting more difficult as we go along anyway. Pablo, you can go with the first question. Do the honors.
I'm really waiting for an abusive response. Is it made of plastic?
Can be.
Who are you, Jimbo?
Right, I'm going to have to do the honors and honor. Can it be made of wood? Hey.
It can.
Oh, no.
What?
Can be made of wood, can be made of plastic. 2 questions down. Go on, Pablo.
Is it used in the serving of drinks?
No.
That's question 3. Is it used for entertainment?
No.
Is it something that you would use external to the bar?
Yes.
I think that's 5, is it? Is it decorative?
Can be.
Is it a tool?
No.
Is it used for storage?
No.
We're on about 8 now.
Is it decking?
No.
Damn it. You're baller there.
Is it? Can I hold it in one hand, or could a regular person hold it in one hand?
It's like a hamster.
Yes.
Wow.
He could hold it in one hand. Okay.
Well, let's have a little recap. It's plastic or wood. You can hold it in one hand. It's not a tool. What was the other thing you said it could be?
Did
You
I
are-
say decorative? I think it was decorative. I think it could be decorative. I got the answer. Can be decorative. Have you asked? Were you on the next? Is it you next, Pablo?
Is it? Oh.
Mm.
Does it need electric or power?
No.
Does it need power? No.
Does it hold a liquid?
No.
That's ruled out. Bucket.
Does it make a sound?
I was thinking it could have been Jan's bucket, but
Jan's bucket. No sounds.
It's not very flattering.
Jan might have a bucket, and it can be made of plastic and wood. I suppose wood buckets, old-fashioned ones. So,
oh my god!
So what are we on? What are we on here? We're on about 12 now.
Right in a minute.
13.
Oh no.
13.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
I think I've got you on this one, guys.
Is it you next, Pablo? I think it is.
Wood or plastic? Is it what a plastic? Jesus Christ! Is it related to food?
No.
Is it bigger than someone's head?
Yes.
You can hold in one hand.
Well, this is what I'm thinking, because that's why I was earlier thinking bucket, and I know it's not bucket, but I was thinking, is it that sort of size? You see,
that's 15 questions.
No,
Jesus Christ! Has anybody ever failed Jan Box?
No, I don't think so.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no, we have. Remember in the corkscrew, one of the first ones we ever did. But
Yeah.
Dave and Andy were amateurs then, weren't they?
Yeah.
They've worked their way up to intermediate, I think now.
Plastic. It's not food or drink. Bigger than your head.
Plastic or wood?
I definitely don't think we've done this before, if that helps. I'm not giving you two.
It doesn't contain water, so Pablo, it can't be anything like. Because I was thinking it could be like a hose pipe, a rolled up hose pipe, coil thing.
It's not external to the bar; it's internal.
No, it's not. You asked if it was
external.
Yeah, it can be outside the bar.
Oh, hold on. Is it a plant pot?
No.
Oh, that was close, though. I can tell it was close.
I was going to say that, but I did ask if it stored anything.
A hanging basket or something.
And
that's a plant pot.
Yeah, it's decorative though. Yeah. Oh, it could be. That is a good shout. Let's think then. Does it? So it can be. I think if the answer would be yes. It is decorative. Not.
Also, Jimbo,
Yeah.
watering can. That's plastic or wood.
What's that? Sorry.
Watering can. That's plastic.
I've asked about water. I've already asked about water.
Oh yeah, you have. Yeah.
And decorative for the hanging basket idea, she would have said yes, it's decorative, not it can be decorative.
Man, you hesitate in a plant pot.
I know. Oh,
Candina.
It's not him.
There's no good looking at me for hints as to whether you're getting close or not, because I've got a better poker face than Jimbo.
I'm thinking it's definitely something on the outside then of the bar. I think what Jan's been doing, she's been doing gardening and stuff, hasn't she? Beer garden up and stuff.
Could be plastic or wood. Oh.
Bigger than your head.
Yeah.
Right. What are we on? 16 or 17? Is it 16? I'm gonna go for it. Is it you? So we've had entertainment, which was a no, but is it used for leisure?
Yes.
Okay, I'm getting somewhere. It's used for leisure.
You've got 3 questions left.
Oh my god, the stress is.
We should ask. I think we need to ask.
I can give you a clue without giving it away.
Go on then.
I haven't got one in my garden.
Pablo, I'm thinking, could it be some? We haven't asked if it's furniture.
Like a sun lounge, yeah.
Well, it's got to be, again, it's bigger than your head, but you can hold it in one hand. So I'm thinking more something like a stool or a seat, or because they can be plastic and wood. Decorative, they can be decorative. Only can be decorative.
Oh my god. Honestly, man, at this point, I'm so stressed. 3 questions, man. We're going to be known as the people who didn't make John's box.
Well, Pablo, we need to ask something.
Times.
You what?
Dave and Andy haven't done it a couple of times. And this is actually quite a difficult one, I think.
In your garden?
See, if we were going to guess stool, that's not a difficult thing, is it? A stool's not a difficult thing to guess.
What do you have in your garden that's wood or plastic?
Should we try and find out if it's furniture? Because at least if we can't get it, we'll be helping the listeners, won't we? If we ask if it's furniture. Does
it hold plants?
No.
Fuck. I asked a storage question, but I did think she could have. Yeah. I'm going to say it. Is it some sort of furniture, as in you sit on it?
No.
Oh no! 1 question to go. We need to help people out at home. We need to ask something.
You know, one of them things that you get, like that sort of store beers. You know what I mean? Like you buy something that's sort of like a side table thing that stores beers.
Like a rattan. You can get like rattan thing, can't you? But then you wouldn't pick that up in one hand, would you?
Bucket type thing.
Yeah.
Are you asking the question?
No, because it didn't hold liquids. It didn't hold water.
Yeah, but
it's full of ice, and that's water, isn't it?
Is it?
Oh! So behave, because you're being naughty. I know you are.
She's gonna get us here. Are we just gonna ask it?
One of them ice container things where you put drinks in, drinks table things.
No.
Oh no, that's it. It rolls over. Oh dear. This has not happened in ages. Look at that. I get you two on and look, you can't get it right. Look at you, parents. What's doing me?
Shit on me.
It's rolling over. So everybody, write your answers. This has bugged us. This is going to bug you. Write in the chat on the Mixcloud chat if you're listening on Alien Radio, or just comment, send us Instagram messages, stuff like that. Help us out. What has been in Jan's box? What a nightmare.
Jan is the new snow. I'm not going to
What-
sleep.
Right.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to get on to, it's time for Home Bar of the Week. Okay. Now, once again, big shout out to the Cleveland Arms, who's always sending me new ones through. So I really, really appreciate it that he does that. So the Home Bar this week then is this one. It's the Rusty Cabin. I think you're following these already, Jan. Pablo, maybe, potentially. I'm not sure if you found them yet,
Yeah.
but give them a follow.
They've
Yeah,
got a private group, but they've just befriended us about an hour ago.
Right.
There we go. So it's the.rusty.cabin you want to follow. So I'll leave just the sort of thing up on the screen just while I tell you a little bit about them. So I asked where the home bar name came from, where the name came from, when was it established and all those kind of things. So it was established in 2023. And the name of the pub comes from the dog Rusty, who was his shadow when building it back last year. And you'll see Rusty on some of the pictures as well. It's based in this small village, Lower Neath Valley in South Wales. Everyone has a home bar these days, he says. So he wanted to have his own space where he can chill out. And yeah, everyone in our community certainly does, or a lot of people do. And if they haven't, they're always aspiring to have one, or the big beer lovers, and they've got their own beer kitchens and back garden booze sort of setups and beer gardens, haven't they? So there we go. Landlord and landlady's name then. So it's going to the two kids are in charge of the establishment apparently. So that is Sophia and Thomas, both in charge of the establishment. So big shout out to them. I asked about the favourite features. He's starting to put together a memory wall, which features sort of past loved ones, which I think is a really nice thing to do with Pub Shed to remember people. Grandfather taught him a lot that he knows today, and he's got a photo of him behind the bar. But his favourite feature's got to be the portrait of Rusty. And yeah, I do have that to put up on screen. So you can see it's a brilliant portrait of their dog Rusty. He's looking like the proper boss of the bar as well on that particular picture. So there we go. So that was that. Have they got any Pub Shed pets? Well, obviously we know what the answer is to that because, yeah, it is Rusty the dog, and that's where the name comes from, the Rusty Cabin too. And he's even got his own bed in there as well. And he's a Cavalier Cocker Cross is what he is, if you want to know what breeder dog he is. Asked about like regulars and stuff, and anyone want to give a shout out to. So the Dad Gareth likes to pop in now and then. So Dad Gareth is a regular visitor to the Rusty Cabin. And yeah, I've asked about other things he might want to tell us about the bar. He's planning on creating a beer garden and barbecue area next to the cabin. Well, we know to ask for advice there, don't we, Jan? After your big renovations. So if you need any advice, ask Jan at the Box Nouns. And also the Sycamore Arms has done a fine job in his garden in the past couple of weeks as well with its beer garden. He says he's got quite a lot of space to work with, which is good. And the best thing is that his wife has no say in the matter. He can just do what he wants, living the dream. There we go. Thanks to the Rusty Cabin for getting in touch with that information. I'm just going to put a few little pictures up on the screen for our YouTube viewers, and we'll tell you about them as well. But we can see the landlord there, although he's put it down to the kids being the real boss. He stood there in his a picture from back at Christmas. He's got his Christmas jumper on, unless he just really loves Christmas and he can't let go. Or he's just really, really keen and eager, and he's already a head start for the next one. Who knows? But no, there he is on screen behind the bar in the Rusty Cabin. It's a nice looking place, decent size as well. I like the sort of blue exterior, I like the colours there, and the sort of grey window and door frames. I think that works really well together. It's a nice big space, as you can see inside. They've got some nice shelving up for leaning on and putting the drinks on and stuff. You can see Rusty's in there. He's got his own bed, but he seems to be making more use of the chair that's in there, doesn't he, on that picture that we've got?
Right, as well. Yeah.
And you can see the two, the bosses there, Sophia and Thomas. Looks like they're trying to pick something to watch on the screen that's behind the bar as well. I did notice from looking at a lot of the pictures as well. I like the new neon sign they've got outside as well. That looks really cool. But I'm contemplating a new neon sign myself, actually. Really, I've seen a lot in like places like the Range and Home Bargains and stuff. They seem to have got like a lot of these neon signs in at the minute, so I might have a look at that myself. But I have seen that they've got like a lot of beer posters and pictures from different parts of the world and stuff. Particularly, I've noticed things like Mythos, maybe another Greek beer. Yeah, so they really like. They must be regular visitors to Greece or like. I'm the same. I love Greece. Definitely one of my favorite, sort of holiday type destinations, summer beach type destinations to go to. And yeah, they've got the little mythos pictures and I think another one up there as well. So yeah, good stuff. What do you think of that one then, both of you?
Yeah, no, I've been following them for a while, I think. I really like the look of it. I mean, obviously, I think it'll progress a bit more because it's relatively new bar. But you know me, there's a dog. I love it. There's a dog. There's a dog on there. But I see that. I did see from the pictures they've got like a little mini bar table and stools for the kids as well.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. You know, yeah, love the outside of it and everything. Obviously got a telly in there. Yeah, no, I like the look of it, and I'm looking forward to seeing the transformation of it over time. Because as you know, none of us ever stopped doing anything in the bloody pub sheds.
They're never finished, and obviously they'll be getting work to working on that beer garden soon as well. So that's the.rusty.cabin. Just a reminder, Pablo, what you reckon?
Yeah, the thing is, I love the most about this is it's a family thing.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love when I had a pub shed back in the day. I used to love taking a little in it. Like Ruby loved spending time like in the pub shed, me and her dancing about, singing about a little karaoke thing, playing like play cards right and spinning the wheel and doing daft tasks and stuff like that. No shots were had. And it's sort of real like enjoyable space for not just me but me and Ruby. And it's nice that like he's got his little kids in there and it's sort of got Netflix on and they're watching movies, and it's a nice little community space for them as well as an escape for him.
Excellent. That's it.
I like that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Definitely give them a follow. The.rusty.cabin. Give them a follow, and yeah, tell them if you've tell them that you get in touch with them and tell them that you heard them on Ale and Audio, and across the week that will be played a couple of times on Ale and Radio too. There we go. So what we both up to at the weekend? Let's start with yourself then, Jan. What have you got planned?
What do you think I've got planned? Bloody garden jobs, innit? So I'm back to work on Thursday. So I'm at work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, normal. So I had a little bit of extra time off after a holiday. So yeah, so finish. I'm normally home about 2:30 on a Saturday. So a beer as soon as I get in the door because it's Saturday, and then yeah, just cracking on with some jobs in the garden. So nothing too exciting really.
There we go. Good stuff. And obviously, I know you're not closely following football, but good luck to England and Scotland. But also, what team did you draw out again, Jan? Was it Poland? Go on, Poland.
Yeah,
Pablo, what about yourself? Are we expecting? I know you had a week off. Are we expecting a disco this week?
I might have a look at one. I thought I might step aside. I've been cracking on for a while now. I thought I might step aside and let Jan take over. But
Jan's out. Jan's the 5 o'clock warm up act as people leave.
That's
aren't you, Jan?
Jan.
No, I'm saying it in a good way. It's the drive home out. I mean, people will be dancing about in the cars and all off at road. And I mean, now we're raving about in my shed at 5 o'clock. We know we need the night to continue, Pablo.
Yeah, I'll have a go. I had a night off on Friday. I was on my own on Friday. It's usually DJ Squirrel, who normally like asks us to do a disco. It started off in the early days. I had to ask permission from her to do a disco, and now she's the one who begs us to do them. But she was busy on Friday night at Edinburgh watching Taylor Swift, so I had a night off. And then she turned up at Taylor Swift and ended up on the front of the Times Online.
Brilliant!
Out of 72,000 people.
Oh, you sent me that. I didn't actually realize that was on front. I know you sent me the picture. I thought that was a joke when you said that she ended up on.
No, an actual reel. So she turned up to Edinburgh to watch Taylor Swift live. Obviously, the first gig of her Eras tour in the UK. And Times Online photographer basically stopped her as soon as she turned up and said, "Can I photograph you? Do you mind being in the Times?" And then she got blended in as the headline image. She got photoshopped, blended alongside Taylor Swift. So as an 8-year-old Taylor Swift fan, to be the sort of headline image of Taylor Swift fans on the Times Online,
living the dream.
alongside Taylor Swift, I think a little head exploded. So I said, well, are you looking forward to getting back to school? And she went, yeah. And my dad sort of said, like, jokingly, has Taylor Swift, like, requested her on Facebook or Instagram or anything yet? I said, no, she'll be at school, though, selling signed autograph pictures on Monday. So no doubt she's been bending all her friends' ears and her teachers' ears today about being on Times Online with Taylor Swift. Obviously, Taylor Swift's oblivious to the fact that she was, like, with it. But, Ruby's buzzing about that. So, I've got a Northern Monk delivery coming, which is due in the next few days, which I'm looking forward to. Every's delivering it. So, every, for anybody who doesn't know, is short for every parcel goes missing. So I'll probably never see that. That'll be like 40 odd quid spent and I'll never see it. But I've got, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but patrons, obviously, I love Bobby Abbey. I've got the first two of Bobby Abbey series. He just released the third one. So I've got the third one now. I bought 4 of them. And then another patron series that was out a while ago of Drew Millwood, whose illustrations absolutely mind-boggling. As a creative, I just think Drew Millwood's like, I don't even understand how he illustrates the way he does. He's just come back as a sort of fellow patron and released a new series. So the first one was released as part of a gig that's in Leeds. Was in Leeds, I think, on Friday, Saturday night. They're doing a sort of ongoing series of that. So I bought a 4-pack of that, which is just being released on Northern Monk's site. So I'm hoping that they're going to turn up sometime vaguely before the weekend and then have a few of them.
Brilliant. Well, enjoy.
What about you, Jimbo? Because nobody ever asked you what you're doing.
Well, I'm going to be. It's Father's Day this weekend, isn't it? So a couple of things planned Sunday. But by the end of it, I'll be going to. I'm not hosting the first game because this always ends up as host venue for the England matches. But I'm going to my brother's instead, where we're going with my dad and taking our Aid around to play with your cousins and stuff. Bit of a barbecue there. Ada might stay or might go with Steph before the football starts, depending if she can stay up late, if she's got it in her, because school night into it and all that is Sunday night. So, we're cheering on England with my dad and my brothers on Sunday night. Yeah, looking forward to that. And obviously, happy Father's Day to you as well, Pablo, for Sunday.
Yeah, probably watch a match, but in essence, just do whatever school wants to do.
It's your day. You do what you want to do.
I know, but being a father's all being there.
If you wanted to have a few cans of Overtone with you, that's what she should. I'm only joking, obviously not.
Yeah, but yeah,
that's it. I'm sure she'd love sitting and watching a Taylor Swift concert with you.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, you'd love it too, wouldn't you, Pablo?
Yeah, she's a bit addicted to. I probably shouldn't say this, but she's a bit addicted to Call of Duty Online at the minute, mobile. Being 8, she shouldn't really be playing it. She should be 18, but she wins every game she plays. She's like MVP every game she plays. So it's a bit ridiculous. And then she's like high-fiving us because she's got the best weapons and stuff.
Norman, don't worry about it, because when I was 8, I was watching horror films and all sorts, which was a big deal back then. And look at me, I turned out to be a linguistics expert.
And look,
she's an endorsement.
Look, and I'm 8 years old. Look, I'm presenting this podcast. So anyway, we'll leave it there. What number are we having? 1 to 6. What are we having?
6.
Number 6. Here we go.
Here's Dave from the Hardy Arm. Here's Dave with the shit beer fact.
Log one. Oh, yeah, me. I was waiting to do it.
Where are you, Dave?
I was sat waiting to do audio, and it's me that's doing the fact. Wow, super smooth. I'll be invited again. So yeah, might have had this fact before. If anybody's sad enough to know that, then fair enough. It's multiple facts. I'm spoiling you here with multiple facts at the same time. So Czech Republic is not only the country that drinks and consumes more beer than any other country in the world, they're also the first ever beer museum, the first ever brewing textbook, and the first ever golden beer.
Aye.
See ya.